Okay, so I'm here with Kevin
Bob, yeah.
and Marion from
Holland.
Unpredictable Journey.
Unpredictable Journey. Well, we've spoken to Kevin. He's the actual filmmaker behind this project. I know it's a bit of a catch-all, and you might say, well, actually, Steve, I'm this, that, and the other. We'll refer to you as the filmmaker for the moment, because you're script writer on this as well. And
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. But what's your attachment to this, Marion?
I'm
Because you're not actually attached to the film per se, are you?
No,
okay.
I'm not in the film.
No.
I'm out of the film.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
looking at the film, and I'm managing Kevin. I'm managing the film, and I'm managing the whole film around it. That's what I am doing, managing the manager of Kevin Bob. For the film per se. Yeah.
Okay, so how did that relationship come about?
We met each other at an event where I received an award a couple of years ago, and we started to become very good and close friends. And it turned out he asked me, Marion, can we work together? Because I think you have potential, and we are on the same line for his foundation in Sierra Leone, where he's from. And because I run a foundation in Kenya, so we have some similarities which we are interested in, humanity. And he said, I want to produce my film actually. Can you please help me? Because I think your qualities are really good for doing that. So that's actually how we work together.
Oh, well, so that's interesting. So, although you're not a part of the filmmaking team behind this, you did actually help to produce the film, or get everything in place to produce the film. Would that be a better way to describe it?
You can say a bit. The film was already there, but he wanted to level it up and help him with leveling it up, like this festival, participating in this festival, and making it more specific and more special.
Market-wise,
yeah, and marketing.
Oh, right, okay. So I think we touched on this the other day. So you're a little bit more on the marketing and PR side of it.
Exactly.
And because often, I don't mind saying, so it might be a bit of an uncomfortable truth, but filmmakers, particularly with their first films, may put films out there, and then you say, well, okay, well, what have you done about your PR and marketing? Well, we haven't thought about that. All right, so you've made the film, you actually haven't. It's a bit of a trap to fall into.
Yes.
So what was the gig in terms of the film's canned, in the can, not canned, it's in the can, and then what's the, what was the advice you gave to him, or the steps or the help that you?
There were a couple of advices I gave him. First of all, you have to network, which is, I think, very important in that line of business. And you don't have the time for it. You have to look for the people to help you level up.
Yeah.
And by nature, I'm a networker, so I easily talk with people. And also to get him into another line of life, actually, because what I find for African people, to my personal opinion, is that they stay very close to their own communities, their own countries. And it is still nowadays, even 2018, the integration, black and white, Africa, Europe, whatever, or the Western world, is still not really coming into an integration. That is just now, to my opinion. So I am always in the middle. They call me from Holland, they call me from Africa, to combine the people together, to connect the people together. So that's actually also for this film festival for him, because he's such a talented person in his work, as far as I can. I think so. I saw his work. I saw his work, and I think he really. But that's my personal opinion, because movies are my passion. I think he really deserves a good chance, and I think he has, and also he is, because otherwise he wouldn't be here.
No, he's talented. Of course he is. But it's, just picking up on a point you said about the how the barriers are still have not broken down. But even with like social media now, I mean, I'm not being funny. If you lived in Sierra Leone, you got a smartphone, you and I can about to chat, aren't we? We can about to socially interact. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is, I think things are changing, but I don't necessarily think they haven't changed enough. But I think that there are those kind of barriers, hopefully, are eroding at a glacial pace, perhaps. But I wouldn't say it's the same as it was even 5-10 years ago. My feeling is that there has been a huge sea change for the better, and I guess we're at the start of that process. So it's not, or as Churchill would say, it's not the beginning of the end, rather the end of the beginning.
No, I totally agree. Of course, a lot of things have changed, but in this particular case, for Kevin, to be integrated in the Western world, not especially Europe, but in the Western world, with his line of business, is still difficult. It is still difficult. There is a language barrier, maybe a culture barrier, maybe. I don't know that. The thing is, I can just bring people together, countries together, because there is a small barrier, just to be more self-secure for him, because African people are still, a bit like, okay, we just watch. That's to my opinion, to watch and okay, can I do this? Is that okay? White people change, like that. And that is because I'm a real Dutch person, so. And I just do my thing.
You don't have to apologise for that, by the way. We like real Dutch people.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much.
I'm a real British person, but yeah, hey.
It's true because when we met, we communicate for a period. Then I realized that she's very good in administrative and networking issue. And initially was working with a foundation, which I wrote a project, submitted to her. And definitely in Holland here, for you to get the work done, the language is something that is really important. So of course she has been in a lot of administrative work before. Then she said, okay, Kevin, this side, I will try to push you to this level. Put everything into writing, which I did. Then then came the issue of the movie, as she explained. Because Sierra Leone is being developed, like you said, everywhere in Africa. Actually, a lot of social media thing, telephone everywhere, internet. But to get into European market, you need somebody like her.
An enabler.
Yes, able like that.
Well, no.
That will push you because. When we want to enter for this festival, I said, let's just do without any expectation. And at one point, I wanted to say, okay, let's just leave. He said, no, you have to try. He said, you never know. She said, you have to try, believe in yourself. Because I was looking in a kind of level, is this my level? She said, no, Kevin, you are somebody that is always very hopeful. Do this, let's just see. So we enter for the festival, which she was already thinking about the management plan, because apart from the NGO, she said, okay, I will think about being your manager because it's a lot of work for me. I have to try to contact my partners, then I will get back to you. Then she came back to me, and then it was fine. And then all of a sudden we get the news of being accepted.
Well done.
Yes.
No, well done. So I'm not going to ask you what you think of the film because I'm fairly sure you're going to say you love the film, which it is a great film. But I'd rather ask you what stood out in the film that made it special for you, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because every film has to have.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to have. Every film will often have a hook that's.
The thing is that there was a humoristic part, but I think the African way of thinking and the Dutch way of thinking, African people coming to Europe, they think it's paradise on earth. They think the Mercedeses are hanging in the trees.
Yeah. We say that the streets are lined with gold.
Exactly, And I'm working.
Mercedes are hanging from the trees.
That was a guy who.
There
was a guy who told me about it. Anyway, from a logistic company, but. I'm working in Kenya. I go there 2 times per year, approximately. So I know how the people think, and they're really. When they see me, they see a bag of money. They don't see me, but they see a bag of money. And to change that attitude is really difficult because we have our problems, we have our bills to pay. In Africa, it's actually the same line of living, only in a lot of poverty, which is a completely different perspective of living and surviving per day, because people don't have to eat, so they always have to survive per day. So the funny part in this movie is how Kevin makes the humor that the lady comes with it by train, and then she expects the guy to pick her up by car, and then he has a bike. And she's all dressed up like an African lady with her suitcase.
Crestfallen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is really nice. That is really nice because then you go to the bottom of it, and you also put a bit of humor in it because not everything is so sad and bad in life. You also have to take a little bit of laughing per day.
Yeah, I agree.
That's nice.
Agree.
Yeah. No, that's really one of the things I really liked because it is a tough thing. It is a hot topic, and of course the refugee problems nowadays everywhere in the world is really a big discussion.
Yeah, we touched upon it the other day, didn't we? In the UK
exactly.
And
yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah.
But that's it. I said it'd be 10 minutes, and it's 10 minutes. Just a quick interview.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much.